in a major firing incident at a village called Palel in Manipur's Tengnupal district on Friday that killed at least 2 persons and over 50 people injured. ITLF spokesperson Ginza Vualzong said the attack was carried out by Métis who were dressed in military uniform. He said following the attack, the villagers sought shelter at a nearby army camp. According to the ITLF, 1 Assam Rifle personnel and a Kuki village volunteer were killed in the incident. Stating that the situation in the region is far from being peaceful, Vualzong said there was agreement between people of Palel and the valley to uphold peace. However, the peace truce was broken by Friday incident.
7 in the morning, there has been an attack from Métis who dress with militant outfit to the Kukizo village called Palel, which is in the Tengnupal district. What we heard is after the attack, the villagers were running away from their village to take shelter in the nearby army camp. And the last we heard is that there was 1 Assam Rifle Jawan who has been killed by the Métis militants, and 1 Kuki volunteers was also killed along with it. And what we heard is maybe around 6 Métis people who are dressed in military outfits were feared killed. So the situation here in Manipur is far from peaceful. And what we heard last was there was a peace agreement between the citizens of Palel, between the Kuki and Métis. They have signed an agreement where they will uphold the peace in the district. However, this morning, this peace was broken by the gunfire from the Métis side. So it is unfortunate that this attack is happening at the moment. At the same time, there is going to be a G20 meeting in the capital of India, wherein many different delegates from different countries would be coming together. Most of this Manipur crisis is well known outside of India internationally. People are aware of the conflict which is going on here in Manipur. Although the Indian government is trying to tell the world that the Manipur crisis is being handled and being controlled and there is normalcy in the region. But this morning, the attack shows that the state Manipur is far from peaceful, and we would like to request the Indian government as well as the international leaders to discuss on Manipur conflict and should try to resolve the Manipur issue as soon as possible.
Meanwhile, Kokomi claimed that the gunfight was between the Chin Kuki narco-terrorist groups and the Métis village volunteers in 2 different parts of the region. Kokomi spokesperson Kuraijam Atuba also said 2 houses belonging to Métis were burned down and that the incident was provoked by the Chin Kuki terrorist groups. He said it is an attempt to draw attention of G20 leaders who are visiting India.
The sudden eruption of the gun attacks from the hills by narco-terrorist Chin Kuki groups towards the Métis villages is really unprecedented and unexpected by the people of Manipur at this moment, because the people have been witnessing a certain level of retreats from the aggressive encounters and fighting between the 2 groups in different parts. But today again suddenly there is a gunfight between the Chin Kuki narco-terrorist groups and the Métis village volunteers in 2 different parts. One is in the Palel area in Tengnupal district and another one in the Kokruk area of Imphal West district. As per our ground reports that we have collected from the Palel area, the first gunshot was being reported from a hill range. And as per our reading, the Métis volunteers or the state forces or anyone who are engaging in this gun attacks don't have any position in the hilltops or any hill parts of the terrain, as per our experience in the past and today itself. So that very gunshots from the hill range could have been initiated and provoked by the Chinkuki narco-terrorist groups. And above that, 2 houses were first burned down, which belongs to the Meitei community. And it clearly proves that the very attack that happens in Palel is being provoked and initiated by Chinkuki narco-terrorist groups. And as per our reading, it seems that this is a preemptive strike. And it also clearly, an attempt to draw the attention of the visiting G20 delegates from the top state leaders of 20 countries who are visiting in India for the G20 summit. And I think this incident, not just this incident, but the violence in Manipur have been internationalized by several Chinkuki narco-terrorist propagandists called like ITLF, World Kuki, Joe Intellectual Forum, and several other groups who have been trying to draw the attention of the international community on a very false pretext. They have been doing that for quite some time, and we are also closely following that. And today, they really think that the visiting of the G20 delegates in India is a great opportunity for those cookie propagandists who have been selling false to the international community that while they visit in India, they should create certain situations which could attract the headlines of the daily newspapers across the country, so that the G20 delegates could be, draw some attention. And even in the recent statement issued by the ITLF spokesperson, in their statement, it also says that they want the G20 summit to discuss the Manipur issues, Manipur violence, which is quite ridiculous because G20 summit is not a forum where such situation can be discussed. Having said that, they always try to draw the attention of international communities, and without knowing even the protocols of the summit and the agenda and the purpose and objective of the summit, they are even indulging in their statement. They are also clearly stating that they want this agenda to be discussed. And at the same time, their armed narco-terrorist groups are shooting unprecedentedly to all the Meitei villages in Kautruk area as well as in Palel area. Today's report has come up that in Kautruk area also, one of the Meitei ladies being shot at her neck while she is inside his house. And it also clearly shows that he's being attacked from the other side. Therefore, we feel that if this kind of provocation, this kind of preemptive strikes keeps continuing, and if they keep internationalizing the very issue which they have been committing crime in so many aspects, it will definitely have a very serious impact in future.